Let's get real for a second. Imagine you woke up tomorrow with absolute zero. We're talking $0 in your bank account, no job to go to, and absolutely no one to lend you a dime. What would you actually do? Welcome to this explainer. I'm Andrew, and today we're going to dive straight into a visceral, high-stakes scenario that most people absolutely dread. But look, we aren't going to panic about it, we're going to plan.
Seriously, what if you woke up tomorrow with $0? Most people would instantly freeze up, right? They'd tell you that making $1,000 in 30 days, starting from absolute scratch, is completely impossible without some kind of miracle. But here is the incredibly empowering truth. They are absolutely wrong. Making your first $1,000 in 30 days is entirely possible, and today, I'm handing you the legendary blueprint to do exactly that. Because making money isn't about luck. It's a skill. This exact blueprint was literally forged in the fire of the Great Depression. Back in 1930, when the world economy was just completely collapsing and people couldn't even afford bread, a guy named F.C. Minaker wrote a book called 1,000 Ways to Make $1,000. His message was revolutionary back then, and it's honestly even more crucial right now. Wealth creation is not a lottery ticket, guys. It's a learnable, repeatable skill. Just like driving a car or learning to play the guitar, you can master it. So let's break down the 6 power techniques from this classic that will change how you look at your bank account forever.
Okay, let's dive straight into this. Technique number 1, the gold mine and the grime. The very first fundamental truth of wealth you really need to grasp is this. Where there is a problem, there is a business. It's that simple. When a broke person sees a problem, their immediate reaction is to complain about it. But when a smart, wealthy-minded person sees that exact same problem, they ask a very different question. Who is suffering from this? And exactly how much will they pay me to fix it? I mean, look around your own neighborhood right now. In the US, we have a rapidly aging population. Thousands of seniors are living alone, completely struggling with things you probably do on autopilot, like, setting up a Zoom call, using a grocery delivery app, or just figuring out their home Wi-Fi.
That struggle right there? That is a senior tech concierge business just waiting to happen. If you spend merely 2 hours a week helping 10 households with their digital needs and you charge a super modest $50 a month, you've just cleared $500 in pure profit. Zero upfront investment required. The completely wrong approach is saying, well, why don't they just learn it themselves? The wealthy approach is seeing that their friction is your fortune. Remember the story of Redbus? It all started simply because a guy was frustrated he couldn't get a bus ticket for a holiday. He took that frustration, moved a broken manual system online, and eventually sold it for over $100 million. You don't need to invent a new planet, you just need to fix what's currently broken on this one.
Moving right along to technique number 2, pre-sell the dream. Now I have to warn you, this strategy is going to feel completely backward compared to everything you've been taught. Most people do this the other way around. They spend 6 grueling months building a product, designing a fancy logo, and renting expensive office space, only to launch and find out nobody actually wants to buy the thing. Minaker's rule flips this entirely on its head. Sell it first, build it second, then deliver. Imagine you want to start a high-end meal prep service. Please, do not go out and buy a massive commercial stove yet. Message 20 people you know and say, hey, I'm starting a service delivering organic meals for $15 a plate. Are you in? If 10 people say yes, boom, you have a real business. If nobody says yes, well, you just saved yourself $5,000 and a ton of heartache. This is exactly how the biggest tech startups in the world validate demand today before they write a single line of code.
All right, up next is technique number 3. Sell expertise, not hours.
If you are currently working a traditional 9-to-5 job, you're trading your time for money. And the massive, glaring problem with that, time is completely finite. We all only get 24 hours in a day, which slaps a hard ceiling right on your income. Selling your expertise breaks that ceiling wide open. Think about an accountant. If they work for a firm, they get a flat, predictable salary. But if that exact same accountant steps out and offers specialized tax-saving advice to just 5 small business owners, charging each of them $200 a month for a single strategy call, they've just made $1,000 on the side. They are selling the result, the specialized knowledge, rather than the ticking clock.
Now, you might be thinking, Andrew, come on, I'm not a certified accountant. That doesn't matter at all. Look at this list of highly monetizable skills. Do you know your way around Excel? Can you edit a catchy TikTok video? Do you know how to use AI tools like Midjourney or ChatGPT to quickly generate marketing copy? Here's the big secret. What you find incredibly easy is often completely impossible to someone else. To an overwhelmed small business owner, your 30 minutes of quote-unquote easy Excel formatting is easily worth $100 because it literally just saved them 5 hours of pure hair-pulling frustration. Package your knowledge, find the people who desperately lack it, and sell them the outcome.
Which brings us to technique number 4,
the magic of the repeat customer.
I really cannot stress this enough. This is arguably the most underrated secret in Minaker's entire book. True financial stability doesn't come from a constant, exhausting hustle to acquire new people. It comes from retention. Look at the data here. There is a massive imbalance in how we spend our energy. It takes roughly 5 times more energy to hunt down a brand new customer than it does to sell to someone who already knows and trusts you. Think about a house painter. A standard painter finishes the house, takes the check, and just vanishes forever. A wealthy painter, they keep a database. 6 months later, they proactively call that past client and say, "Hey, I noticed your deck takes a lot of sun. Want me to swing by and do a quick $100 weather seal touch-up before the rainy season hits?" That simple proactive outreach creates a reliable business that effectively works while you sleep.
All right, technique number 5. Start small, think massive. Do you know the biggest reason people completely fail to make their first $1,000? It's honestly kind of sad. They let the sheer size of their ultimate dream intimidate them into standing entirely still. They think if they don't have this massive Shark Tank level investment, it's not even worth starting. Look, a successful baker doesn't start with a high-rent storefront in Manhattan. On day 1, she bakes exactly 1 chocolate cake for a friend's birthday. By month 1, she's posting pictures on a simple Instagram page. A year later, she lands some corporate gift orders. Fast forward 5 years, and she's running a commercial kitchen pulling in 20 grand a month. But it all started with 1 single cake. Remember the McDonald's story? It wasn't born as this massive global empire. It started as 1 tiny roadside burger stand. The path only reveals itself once you take that very first step. So please, don't let a small start stop you.
And now, we have finally arrived at technique number 6, the wealth magnet.
Lean in for this one, guys, because this is the absolute most crucial part of this entire explainer. If you grasp this single concept, it is where value completely overtakes price and your entire financial reality will shift. Let's compare 2 video editors. Editor A does exactly what the client asks. No more, no less. Cut, paste, deliver. He makes a decent average wage. Now look at Editor B. Editor B delivers the requested video, but then adds a quick note. "Hey, I noticed your last video dropped off in the first 10 seconds, so I proactively created 3 different hooks for you to A/B test. Oh, and I also formatted a quick 15-second version for your reels." Who gets the massive raise? Who gets all the high-paying referrals? Editor B every single time. They aren't just selling a basic service. They are making the client's life infinitely easier and creating massive, undeniable value. And when you do that, people will literally fight to pay you.
Stop chasing money. Money is like a shadow. Walk toward the light. Man, I love that quote. If you spend your life desperately chasing money, it will constantly run away from you. But if you walk toward the light, and in this context, the light is value, the shadow is naturally going to follow you everywhere you go. True wealth materializes when you completely shift your focus from taking to providing immense value. When you solve problems and make people's lives undeniably better, you essentially turn the entire world into your own personal ATM. So let's do a super quick recap of the blueprint we've covered today. First, keep your eyes peeled and find those local problems. Second, always pre-sell the dream before you waste your money building it. Third, package and sell your unique expertise, not your finite hours. Fourth, focus heavily on retaining your past customers. Fifth, start incredibly small, but never lose that massive vision. And finally, be the wealth magnet by creating massive value. Look, feeling like the economy is completely stacked against you right now is super normal. We all feel it. But I really need you to remember this. A lack of money is usually just a lack of action. So I'm leaving you with this final vital question. Which of these 6 techniques will you take action on in the next 24 hours? Don't wait for the perfect time, the perfect economy, or the perfect amount of startup capital. Perfection is a total myth, and it's a myth that keeps you broke. Pick just one of these ideas and take one single action on it by this time tomorrow. I'm Andrew, and it's been an absolute blast guiding you through this explainer. Now get out there, stop waiting, and start building your wealth.